All right, good morning. Time and temp. We got 6:47, 19 degrees. You can see everybody's driveway is got about an inch on it again. My goal today was really not to go out. They were forecasting like 0.3 of an inch. It's going to get sunny later, and I'm sure it'll still melt. But look at this. This is a main county road, and you can see right there that lane is untouched. I shouldn't say untouched. Let's see. Yes, actually it is, because so the county roads, this Beekman Road, looks like they might have did one pass through one side, not on the other. So, I mean, honestly, if the county roads need to be salted and brought to attention, so do people's driveways. It's Sunday morning. It's a big church day for all my elderly clients. We're not doing a plow. We're just doing a salt run for our few salt people. But like I said before, I really was going to hold off and not do anything, but and let the salt that I had spread before in conjunction with the sun later today work it out. But look at these roads. These roads are already a mess. And this is a county road, so like I said, it's tough out here. I get a little update video. It's a lot lighter in the next 25 minutes or so. What's the time? I was reconnecting to the phone. But you can see main roads are now salted. Salt are in front of us. That's not for the main roads. 7:12, 20 degrees. I think this guy's a town of LaGrange plow. Is not, this is a state road, so he's not salting this road, but you can just see, look how much salt is in that thing. That thing is loaded, and that's only a single axle. Even when it was snow covered and it was slick, but these snow tires are so good that I could go up in two-wheel drive with essentially no weight in the back. I only have a few 50-pound bags. I do, I guess, have some sandbags, but they're a little ahead of the axle. So, I don't know if you want to classify that as weight or not, because, I mean, it is weight. It's more, I don't know how to explain it. It's more, I need my bed, so most of the bed is empty, but so I guess it's just there. It's there if I ever need it. To really put over the axle or behind the axle, or if I get myself in a dicey situation and need to split one of those open to get some traction, something like that. Always recommend sandbags. But this was, like I said before, this was supposed to be a little 0.3 of an inch, and I think we got at least got the full inch here. It's kind of my prediction. Mother Nature's really kind of hammering us, and it looks like after this, this week is going to be an interesting week, but I don't think any work for me. I think it's just too, what do you call it? It's just too, it's going to be too warm. There's going to be some, you just put these flashes on. Does that mean he's going to turn at some point? It's going to be above freezing most of the week. Not tomorrow. I think tomorrow's cold, but then midweek it warms up. There's like rain, and I guess it might start as some freezing rain, that kind of thing. Is he dropping? This is definitely not a state truck though, but it almost looked like these wipers suck. I need to replace my replacements in my garage. I don't know, it almost looks like he's dropping some salt, but I don't see it on the road. I don't think he is. Like I said, I wasn't forecasting to do much here. This week it looks like there's chances of rain, of freezing rain going to plain rain, but then I think it's freezing rain for a couple hours, it could slick up, but then instantly just go to plain rain and go to like 40 degrees. So I'm not going out to salt during those times. We'll have a slick hour or two, but that rain and temperature will melt that up faster than I could even get out there. So that, that's Looks like we're gonna have at least a week off as temperatures kind of soar, and we will figure out what to do after that. I desperately need to buy some salt, so I might order salt from everybody's marking the crap out of this salt, so I might order like 20 bags from Tractor Supply for a pickup one evening. See if they'll hold it to the side or in the back for me or something, because that's only a couple storms, but like I said, my Achilles heel is the just loading and unloading it without a loader. I'd love to have forks, and I really should call and inquire and get some pricing on some forks, and I think that's on the to-do list come this week. I don't know, to me, dropping $1,000 on forks is a lot of money. Like, I wish if they were like $750, yeah, he's going to these are the town roads here. Does he start dropping? Let's see. No, he's not dropping. But everybody's marking this stuff up so much, and like, I get it, but I also like, prices go up without a doubt. You gotta, supply and demand before and a little after storms, get it. But I don't know. I think the price gouging on salt, basic rock salt, I'm not even talking about the treated stuff, is a little too much right now. So I used to get this stuff for $7, maybe $8 a bag, $9 most. Tractor Supply would have great salt prices, but I think I did a video where I was looking, and they wanted, and all these places, I couldn't get it at one Tractor Supply. These places wanted, $20-something for regular basic rock salt. I'm like, get out of here. That's not right. If it was like a premium and I needed to pay like, even like $11.99, it would hurt me, but like, okay, whatever, gotta do what you gotta do. And for those few bags, your profit margin's a little lower, and you just kind of suck it up and move on and wait for the next, and get some more cheaper prices. But and I really need to pre-purchase a pallet, or more, because I go through multiple pallets a year. I'm gonna need to just buy this stuff in bulk at the start of the regular season, and I think it's just half a pallet at a time, whatever the little tractor could lift, and go from there. But roads over here look a lot better than they did in Beekman, Poquay area. As we get into LaGrange and close to Poughkeepsie here, roads are just wet. They're on top of it here, and I'm gonna put this video to a close here. We're gonna salt this one, get one more on the way home, and we are good to go. All right, we got a little bit of echelon plowing. That's when they're like in a formation, doing the middle and shoulders, and they go. He's got his left wing out on the left side. This guy's got his right wing out. They're blocking the road. That's all good, guys. You go. I totally get it. It's gonna be a slow ride back though. But these trucks that they run stink all the time. If you're ever behind one, I don't know what they're doing or what, but they both going to the right. They're both going to the right. I love a little state DOT action. Both going to the right, and this road up ahead definitely needs to be plowed a little bit better. This is a lane over here. Here comes another. This is another state boy, I think. Yep, he's got his wing going here. I don't know if you could have saw that, but trucks smell like something else. They all smell like they're burning, or I don't know what they smell like. It's not regen, or maybe it is, but a different kind of regen than I'm used to. I don't know. Close this up here. But anyway, road conditions are improving. The house that I just salted is right next to a church. Now they just needed salt because I had dropped salt previously, extra salt previously, so their driveway was not nearly as bad as the other driveways. Now here's the only thing I'm a little tiny bit worried about, and I'm sure it'll be fine, but just if that inch fell. Now our trigger's 2 inches. We did not get to. I mean, I'm not measuring, but I don't think we got to. But for triggers, the ones that are not treated, especially if they had like a little, like, you know, when you plow, especially if it's like not an even driveway, like I'm thinking I've got one guy with a very long driveway that has one hell of a crest at the, or like it's really peaked, so the 2 tire tracks are significantly lower. So, you know, I don't have like an Arctic or something that's a sectional plow that could drop it into sections. You know, I float the plow obviously when I'm plowing, it does the best it can, but anyway, definitely in those lane lines it leaves, you know, a little bit. It's a little bit to be desired, so to speak, a little bit of snow. So if he had snow already on his driveway and then an inch fell, you know, he could have pretty close to that 2 inches where I should go plow. That's what I'm kind of worried about. Those houses that are not treated, that have driveways that are not perfect, and that didn't get melting, you know, maybe they're, you know, under in the woods or under a tree line or something like that. That's what I'm worried about, because those guys, you know, they don't. If they had residual snow plus this snow, you're all of a sudden you're talking about that adding up to quote unquote plowable snow. That's the only like caveat in all this that might make it a little you know, I'm not gonna go do any of these properties, but that's the only thing that, if it was just a little dusting, I'll be home and not even think about it, but that's gonna kind of sit on my mind. Now, temperatures today are supposed to hit above freezing, or freezing at the 32 degrees for like the first time in, oh my god, it must be like 2 weeks. So it's what, the 3rd or the 4th today? Today's the 4th. Today's January 4th. I don't think it's been above freezing since before Christmas. So that just gives you at least a week and a half, going on 2 weeks. Now, trying to think, those properties that I said are, you know, that I'm a little hesitant about, you know, the only saving grace is it's going to be like 32 degrees and sunny today. So between the sun and like the temperature getting to 32, hopefully it crests a little tiny bit above, maybe 33 degrees, help me melt some of that snow. Then that'll be good. And the rest of the week, you know, Monday is supposed to be the same thing, about 32 degrees, 31, 32, sunny. So hopefully the sun beats down if they're in the woods. And then later in the week, you know, that's when you get the snow ice melt. Snow ice melt. You get the snow to melt from freezing rain and ice. Freezing rain and rain, just plain rain. Jesus, I can't even think. Just trying to see if he was plowing this lot. He's just filling up. But there was I keep getting sidetracked. When I was just salting that previous house, here's a good example here, but I think they're just being extra careful with the churches because it's Sunday morning. That house was like a couple of houses away from a church, and they were plowing that lot. And then I get here, this is a church, and I don't know if you can see him. I'm gonna keep this panned out here. That guy's plowing. So people are plowing. I'm not plowing today, but people are definitely dropping blades, plowing. I mean, listen, the state, county, town, they're plowing. I don't think my town plowed. I think they just dropped a ton of salt ahead of time. But it is coming up to that borderline, you know, do you want to plow or not? I'm usually a little trigger happy on the plowing. You know, people, I have 2-inch contracts, but I'll go before the 2 inches and then just hope, you know, kind of beg for forgiveness, then ask for permission kind of thing. And that's really, some of it, listen, obviously it's more money for me, but a lot of times it's not. A lot of my contracts are prepaid. Most of the time it's just the ones who don't have, or per storm or per time I'm there, you know, whatever, they're older, and especially on a day like today, like a Sunday, I don't want them falling. I do have one that I'm not going to hit who's an older client, but I think she parks in the garage. She has an all-wheel drive car. If she's a snowbird, she usually goes down after Christmas. She was still there. I did plow, was that New Year's Day morning I plowed, and usually she takes down some Christmas decorations and stuff, or has her son or whatever, somebody do it. Those decorations and stuff were still there, so I'm assuming she was home, but who knows? Maybe she went down to Florida, and you know, they might come, you know, next week when it's warmer to do that for her, and you know, so be it. But I did plow her, you know, the last borderline storm. I just don't want to keep going up. This is a little too low for me. But everybody has like that quote unquote peak standard that they want to do. We got a county sheriff right behind us there. I'll pass by us there. But this is 55. Now we're coming into the Beekman side of LaGrange, Unionville. Well, we're still in the town of LaGrange. We'll hit Unionville in a second, but you can see parts of this are not as great. I don't know if you can coming on camera, but we're still doing 52. But you can see, I don't know if you can see, but the lane lines in the middle, snow covered, shoulders are snow covered, but they put down a lot of salt, so it's not too bad. I'm gonna leave it here. We got one more to do. I just don't want to make an incredibly long video. One more to do. Time and tempo close out 7:38, 19 degrees. We're about 5-10 minutes away from our last house that we're gonna salt, and then about 5 minutes away from my own house. Be home before 8. Gotta love it. Peace.